Everybody, Invisiblekatana here doing a reaction and review for the RWBY Volume 5 Weiss character short. I am super freaking excited for this. I didn't realize it was happening so soon. I thought it was going to be much closer to the release, but with them kind of doing it this way, if they wanted to do like 1 month at a time, it could lead up like right, to October going into the release, and then it's kind of like, all right, we have. I don't know if they're going to do this or not, because of course the reason we're starting with Weiss is because we already had that last time. RWBY had her own when we were getting into, the most recent volume. So it's like, all right, well, that was kind of her little prologue before the season actually started, and I assume that it's going to be the same thing for Weiss. This is going to be her actual travel from her home to, getting to the rest of the characters. So I'm super excited for this. I am very curious if we will get the other characters, if we'll get to see Blake and Yang get their own little character shorts, or if we'll have to wait until next season, and it's kind of like, well, this is what each character is doing before the volume starts, because they could do it with Yang if they wanted to, but it's kind of like, okay, well, excuse me, based on the end of the volume, she kind of just has her moment where it's like she decides what she's going to do, and she's like, I'm going to go find RWBY. And that's pretty much what happens. She goes and she's basically going to meet her sister by the end. They don't see each other, but they're in the same location. So it's like they could still do something there as like kind of an in-between. But I feel like this will be, whenever a character has like a brand new journey that they're going on, especially by themselves, because Weiss is kind of, Lone Ranger at this point. I feel like that's kind of what these character shorts are going to be. So I'm super excited to check this one out. And like I said, I would love it if we got character shorts for the rest of the girls leading into, this next volume. But even if we don't, I'm just excited to have more RWBY stuff. Of course we have RWBY Chibi, but main series stuff is always top notch. So I'm super excited to get into this. So that is what we're gonna do, and we'll see what this little character short has to offer. I like the song already. See, this seems like it might actually take place before the last volume, because based on that symbol, I would assume she's still at home, actually. And that could still be the case. Or she could just be, it's her family, so she could be anywhere, really. It's like she's a part of, like, the insane super rich family, so. I don't know. I would assume that, that's her house, though, so. That's interesting. I thought for sure it would be, like, her journey. And then maybe it is, because she has her powers, so. She's somewhere, but that's very interesting. I do love the design for those, like her summoned Grim. I think it looks so cool that they do like the all white with like the glowing eyes and stuff, and glowing blue insides. Apparently, I didn't realize that before. Oh, that's cool. Well, I'm wondering now, with the way that she looked, how she was kind of stunned, maybe she's training with Winter. And this is, her at home. It's very cool, though. And it's awesome to see Weiss, fighting like this. She's, with her character, she's reserved and stuff. That's literally like her first fight is her doing like, the step forward but not too forward sort of thing. So it's actually really awesome to see her, just jumping all over the place fighting, on her own. Kind of gaining her skills. Yeah. Okay, so that's kind of what I figured, them training together. have been cool though if she could use a glyph to shoot herself like off the ground. That would be really awesome if that was something she could do.
Not always going to be around to see you, Weiss. I'm sorry. I'll get better. You'll have to if you ever want to leave.
That's interesting. And it seems like the design has definitely gotten better with like the new program they're using. Like the way the ground looks really really cool. Like the way the concrete and the ice sculpture look behind her. Okay, it was a flashback. All right, that makes sense. It's over. October 14th. I cannot freaking wait for this season to start. Seriously. I'm super freaking excited for it. That was definitely awesome. I really enjoyed that. It was cool. Like I said, one of my favorite things was the fact that we really got to see her fight in a different style, because we don't really get to see that too much. Even when she uses her glyphs a lot, it's normally as an assist for other characters to move like at super speeds and stuff, and this was just her training on her own and fighting against, you know, the Beowulf. So I thought that was pretty awesome. I really enjoyed that actually. So we get to see that. We actually get to see Winter for like half a second, which is funny because she didn't show up during the last volume, and it was just like, you know, new crappier family members got the space during the last volume. But it was cool to see Winter for that split second. I was kind of curious. I didn't think it would happen, but I was like, I wonder if they'll do like a costume change once I realized it was like, you know, Weiss training with her sister. I was like, I wonder if Winter will have a different costume, but obviously the characters, the main characters are the ones that always change costumes. That's like any anime really. Like sometimes the adults do too, but I was like, I figured it wouldn't happen, but it still would have been cool just to see a new design. But that was really awesome. So I like the way that that played out for sure. I would love to see us get, you know, one for both Weiss and, or sorry, for both Blake and Yang, but who knows? It's really hard to say. You know, with the way that this, you know, with them doing this in general, it's only the second time we've ever had it. So I would like to think, just based on the fact that they have started, you know, the fact that they put this out so incredibly early before the actual season, you know, this new volume starts up, it kind of has me hopeful that maybe they will do that at least, you know, like I said, once a month, because it's like, you know, July, August, September, and then it's like, all right, October we won't put out a character short, but of course, October 14th the season starts. So it's like they could do once a month leading up to the month of October, and that would be really awesome. And I would love to see them do stuff. I highly doubt this will happen, but I would love to see it if we got like multiple character shorts, and it was like, you know, here's of course Team RWBY, but maybe we get some character shorts of, you know, other characters that are kind of out in the world. Maybe we get to see some glimpses inside of, you know, characters that may or may not have shown up at all during the last volume, and we get to see what, you know, some of these characters are doing. I would love, honestly, a character short for Cinder, Mercury, and Emerald. I think that would be great, just because of what they're doing with Cinder and how different she is as a character. I would love a little character short where they do a little extra with all three. I would assume that if one of them's in there, it kind of has to be all three. But if it was just Cinder by herself or whatever, I would love to see that. I wouldn't hate if, you know, they did a little jokey thing. I doubt they would probably save that for the Chibi show, but did a little jokey thing with current Cinder, and then Neo comes along who doesn't speak either. But that's, you know, save for the Chibi version, which they won't do because Cinder talks in that. But I'm excited for this. I'm glad that we got it so early. Like I said, I was surprised. I tend not to keep up because I don't want to, like, as much as I love the show, it's one of those shows where it's like I anticipate it so much. I don't want to know when anything's happening until it's already out, because like I hate the anticipation, because I really love the show so much. I'm like, I want to dive into it, but it's one of those things where it's like I hate knowing something's going to come out, and it's like I'm just waiting, and that's all I'm going to think about. So it's one of those things where it's like I want to know more, and I want to know for sure. And of course, you guys can tell me. I'll definitely read it if you guys let me know. Like, yeah, we'll be getting more character shorts. You can tell me. It's not like you'll ruin my day or anything. I just don't go looking, because I'm like, I like to be surprised. Like when I saw it, I was just super happy. I was like, this is a good day. So I was just super happy, and like I had to wait to watch it because I really wanted to do this video and just talk about it and, you know, watch it with you guys. Also, sorry if the audio was super low. Obviously, I can't put the actual audio in. I was trying to. I always have to skip through it before I do my videos to be like, all right, it can be at this volume. And then when I actually played, I was like, it sounded way louder when I was like skipping through it, and it was actually like super super low. So I do apologize for that. If the audio was like insanely low, but yeah, that's just for I would like to try to make like 2 cents at least off of this video. But this is really awesome. I would love to know what you guys thought about this character short. Odds are, with of course, RWBY having the first character short for the last volume, obviously this year we start with Weiss, and we're going to go from, Weiss to Blake and then to Yang. I would love to know your speculations on it, if we will get both Blake and Yang character shorts this year, or if they'll kind of pace it out over the next couple of volumes, and then, Blake gets one next season. Because, of course, I'm sure they have a ton of stuff already planned, because we have, fairly short seasons. So they probably already have these ideas already planned out, like, okay, the whole point of RWBY's thing was like, hey, this is basically the new world of RWBY right now. This is how things are going to be. And then with Weiss, her going on this journey, it's like, reflecting upon that idea and having kind of like this dream slash memory of training with her sister. And now that she's officially left her home, those words are kind of ringing in her ears. Like, I won't always be there to help you. But of course, she's going towards, other friends and other allies that will definitely be there to pick up any slack that she may have. So I would love to see what they do with Blake. Especially with what they did with her in the last volume. I'm sure they're saving all of that stuff for the actual, for this current volume, instead of doing like a little short or anything. But I would still love to see it. That's just to have more stuff from RWBY in general. But we'll love to know what you guys thought about this. So please put your comments down in the comment section below. Let me know your favorite parts about it, your least favorite parts about it. Like I said, I would love to know your speculations as to whether or not you think we'll get both Blake and Yang character shorts this year, or maybe just Blake. I would assume they have to go in order, so we probably won't get Yang without getting Blake. So either we'll get both of them, or maybe we'll just get Blake. But I would love to know, your theories as to whether or not we'll get either of those this year, or if they'll, pace them out one next year, and then, Yang will get the one after that. And maybe that'll just be the thing, and then maybe it'll go to, the rest of Team Juniper. Or full Team Juniper. I don't know. We'll see what happens with that, because they were doing some weird stuff with, like, remembering the night that Period died. And I'm like, I don't know if we'll see a resurgence, or how's it going to play out. We just have to wait and see for this volume. But, like I said, we'd love to know your theories on the character shorts that we may or may not get for this year leading into Volume 5. And like I said, I want to know what you guys thought about this character short, so please put your comments down in the comment section below. And, of course, thanks for watching.